A disappointing end to the last video, but that's alright. We're going to press forward, we're going to move on. I got to get this car ready for paint. I got to strip some more stuff off of it, try to get the PPF off, got to get the door handles off. There's a whole bunch of stuff I need to do to prep it for paint, and then we'll see about the massive coolant leak.
Kudos to the previous owner for putting PPF on the parts that matter, but man, after it sits on there for a long time, it is a nightmare to get off. I have to do a lot more paint prep work as well. A few of you kind souls recommended boiling water to remove the PPF, so I'm going to give that a go.
This video is sponsored by Pop Slots. And with the game that's on your phone, you can play in real MGM studios on the Vegas Strip, no matter where you are. It's also free to play. It features my VIP loyalty points. The more you play, the more you collect. You can use the link below or the QR code right here on screen to download Pop Slots. And my favorite part about it is the real life rewards. Play the game on your phone, but you get free rewards in real life. So I've been playing Pop Slots for all of 5 minutes and I already redeemed 5,000 points. In that small amount of time invested, I can get a unlimited 2-day pass for the Las Vegas monorail just by clicking that little button there. Other than the real life rewards, what else is really cool about this game is that there's live slot and bingo tournaments against other players from around the world. So it's not just you playing against some random computer, it's actual other people. It's pretty much the ultimate Las Vegas experience on your phone. The loyalty program is exceptional. Engage in free slots in the game and unlock genuine rewards in real life, like complimentary hotel rooms, discounted meals, and show tickets. Download Pop Slots using the link in the description or scan the QR code right here on the screen and get 10 million free chips if you're a new player. This is available in the iOS App Store and Google Play Store. Huge thanks to Pop Slots for sponsoring this video. Yep, that's really no different.
I think the boiling water worked a little bit better than a heat gun, but the problem is the parts cool so fast that it wouldn't be efficient for me to go up there, boil water, bring it back down, and do this over and over and over again, and it still left a ton of residue behind. But I continued working and struggling to remove the PPF from the fenders. I also moved on to the mirrors, and I took the mirrors apart just to make it that much easier for the paint guy to paint them, because the part that connects to the A-pillar, well, that stays black and doesn't need to be painted. I grabbed the truck to load up a lot of the parts that I had already removed, and I was using it as a table for the front bumper. It still has all the lights, all the electronics, all the grill guards, everything in it that needs to be removed before paint. What do you guys think about the metal grill guards? I assume they're aftermarket as they were zip tied in. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them back on or not. I'd like to know your thoughts.
If you didn't know, the whole front bumper is PPF'd as well. don't think I can get it off. I think maybe just hitting it all with like 80 grit sandpaper might be the way to do it.
In between doing all the other work, I was basically letting goo remover sit on the fenders and the mirrors, scrubbing them with a plastic razor blade, hosing them off, and rinse and repeat over and over and over again, trying to get all the residue off. The parts were starting to pile up, both the vents for the quarter panels. That metal piece you see here goes above the trunk in the rear. It's brand new from Porsche. Next, I had to disassemble the rear wing and trunk, because all those parts need painted individually. So anyway, back to the goo remover. The fenders were actually turning out pretty nice. The mirrors, not too bad, but my goodness, the front bumper. Guys, I don't really even have words for it.
I think that's just simply not going to work. I mean, probably be worth it for me to just get a new bumper, to be honest. This is awful.
I tried boiling water, I tried a heat gun, I tried a plastic razor blade, I tried goo remover, I tried a magic eraser wheel, and really nothing worked. So I did what I do best. Moved on to something else. Pulling the door handles is pretty standard practice for paint jobs, but this one proved to be a little more difficult.
And if I would have known I had to take this off the door panel, I would have done that when I painted the door. Aha! Hey! Now just to do it all again on the other side.
The passenger side was like most things in life. Once you do it once, you kind of figure out how to do it the second time a lot faster, better, and more efficiently. More sunroof disassembly was needed next, and I had to get the seal off the sunroof on the roof, and I wasn't exactly sure how that stayed in there or how it was attached, but it was not too hard to figure out.
Hopefully this just kind of comes off without a whole lot of issues. Nice. There's not even like adhesive left behind. Sweet! I don't know what idiot let masking tape sit on here for forever.
I nearly forgot about these roof seals, so I went out to the old chassis, pulled them off, brought them inside, and then removed the actual rubber seal that goes around them, which are in good shape, so I should be able to reuse them. A couple taillight and headlight brackets were next.
I got as much prep work done as I could possibly do. It's the next morning and it's time to go grab the trailer, drive back here, load the car up. It's that simple. It won't be that simple, but I hope that it is.
Grab the trailer from Mustafa. Thanks again. It's a little overkill for this project, but it'll do the trick just fine. Luckily, the way my driveway is sloped, it makes the ramp up pretty easy to get into. I wanted to get this loaded on pretty quickly. For one, it was freezing cold in the morning, and for two, the car is still spewing coolant out. So the faster I get it loaded and the engine turned off, the better.
That was relatively easy.
I was expecting a little more difficulties with getting the car up the ramp and onto the trailer, as the car has barely run at all. It's leaking coolant, and I thought the trailer angle was going to be pretty steep, but it all went smoothly. I was almost finished strapping the car down, but somebody needed to get out of the driveway, and it just so happens I was blocking the whole driveway. Good thing her Jeep is
trail rated.
Oh, come on. You have to say it.
no.
You're strapping something down on a trailer. You have to say it.
I won't say it.
It's just the rules. You have to do it or it'll fall off the trailer.
All right. That ain't going anywhere.
Nice.
Car is strapped down, truck is loaded, it's time to hit the road. And boy, that trailer was really close to scraping on my driveway, wasn't it?
Off we go. This is a heavy trailer. It's a little bit overkill just for one little half torn apart Porsche. I can feel it behind the Duramax, but hey, that's what this truck is for. It's for towing. Got about a 25-minute drive. We'll get this thing dropped off. I can't wait to see it done.
Probably should have strapped the dome light down, huh? Unlike my driveway, this ground was not playing nice with me with taking this car off. It was definitely more steep getting it off. And yeah, you'll see here in a minute that I had a little bit of rubbish in the rear and in the front. And just like that, coolant leak and all, the car is in the hands of Mustafa and his team. I can't wait to see what they do with it. I can't wait to get the car back and start assembling it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. Thank you. Merry Christmas. We'll see you in the next video.